Legion of Superheroes is part of the Tomorrowverse. It's the 47th animated DC film overall, but this is in continuity with Superman, Man of Tomorrow, and I guess Green Lantern, the one with John Stewart. It has the same animation style with like the bold outlines, but this is a coming of age story for Supergirl. She just escaped Krypton, arrived on Earth, and she's not has control over powers. She's a little bit immature because she thinks she knows everything. I really like this sort of weird, bratty, sort of immature Supergirl, because it's not something we've seen before. We usually get to see Supergirl when she's like poised, usually, or I mean, not in like Superman the animated series, but most of the stories we get of her, she's got a cool head on her shoulders usually, but this one, she's a little bit more uneven. I like that aspect. Anyways, since she causes so much damage and stuff, Batman doesn't like her. So Superman gives her a chance to go to the future, to go to Legion Academy, which is like a school where all of the future Legionnaires wish to go. And so Supergirl finds herself trying to sort of go to school. So this has some young adult novel sort of tropes in there, like the magical school, enemies to lovers, you know, meeting new friends, all sorts of tropes like that. It's a very simple plot, but I really enjoyed this one. The animation is fine. Not much in terms of action, but I like the character development. She feuds a lot with Brainiac 5, who's like this sort of holier-than-thou, thinks I'm better than you kind of character. Decent voice work. There's no one too famous in this, but everyone does a good job. The story's fine. It's not anything like overly complex or anything, but it's just like a fun romp, you know? It's a animated action adventure story, quick, short, simple, good characters. You get to see a different sort of side to certain people, like, you know, Supergirl usually isn't, you know, immature, so I really like that aspect. Same with Brainiac 5. We usually see him as like a future Legionnaire, but we're getting a younger version of him. Great villains too. The villains are really great in this. I like them. And overall, pretty solid all around, to be honest. I really enjoyed this one, and I give it an 8 out of 10.